He's an old dude. You must be the Hylian that Sidon brought here, correct? You did well to come all the way here. I am King Dorfin, ruler of the Zora. That object upon your waist. Is that not a Sheikah slate? Now that I have gotten a good look at you, it is all clear who you are. You are the Hylian champion Link. Do not tell me that you have forgotten me. Can't mean Link, that champion. That's where I've heard your name before. A fateful coincidence that we should cross paths. I cannot believe it. The Hylian champion Link has appeared before us. We have met numerous times, I'll have you know. Ah, so many memories. My mind is overflowing with nostalgia, my friend. I've had a terrible rumor that you had fallen in combat, but it appears you managed to survive. Extraordinary. I lost my memory. That's what I said. Come again? You say you've lost your memory? But surely you must remember my precious daughter, Mipha, yes? It doesn't ring a bell. I cannot believe it. Have you truly forgotten my dear Mipha as well? You and Mipha were so close, yet you do not remember her? Young hero, please look upon the beauty of Zora's domain. Do you see that statue? Does gazing upon Mipha's immortalized form still not jog your memory? Well, perhaps your memory will return in time. I dearly hope so. Father, I do not believe discussing my sister is helping matters at the moment. Link seems confused. Oh, yes, of course. But first, it is worth noting how remarkable it is that Sidon brought a champion here without realizing it. That is quite a feat, my boy. Ha ha ha, that is a good one. Link, I doubt not that you have endured a great many trials. Still, I must ask you to hear my plea. Now then, hero, I must inform you that Zora's domain is in danger of vanishing because of a divine beast TheFatRat. I shall do you the courtesy of speaking bluntly. We alone cannot stop this beast. Will you lend us your strength?
What? In tarnation! King Dorfin, my liege, please do not speak so. To ask a Hylian for help, why, the very thought of it curls my fins.
Muzu, I expect more of you. How can you still protest? Muzu, it is so rude to speak that way to your king and his guests. Link is here because I invited him. With such unprecedented rainfall, we have no choice but to rely on the aid of a trustworthy Hylian. Have we not already discussed this and arrived to that very conclusion? He is the key to saving Zora's domain. I have no doubt in my mind. Indeed, Link is a champion through and through. As things now stand, Zora's domain, nay, perhaps all of Hyrule is doomed to be swallowed by the sea. This is bigger than all of us, my friend. Zora and Hylians must put aside our differences and band together.
Have you forgotten already, my king? We cannot trust those lowly Hylians. 100 years ago, they abused the power of ancient civilization and turned Hyrule into what it is today. And that is not the least of it.
Old timer.
And it's their fault that Lady Mipha was lost to us.
Link. Divine Beast TheFatRat has great power. It has the unique ability to create an endless supply of water. Of late, it has been mercilessly spouting water into the air. As a result, the area has been plagued by heavy rains. For us, Zora, water and air are as one, so you would not think us to be quite so critical of a problem. Sadly, the rains have filled the eastern reservoir nearly to the point of flooding. If the reservoir bursts, as it soon will, I fear immense damage will befall not only Zora's domain, but also the downstream from us. There's a Hylian there. Hylian lives are in very grave danger. Oh gosh. Ah, the first dungeon. Oh, it's a giant elephant. That's really cool. Where does the water come from? The divine beast Varuta. Your princess Zelda often studied the divine beast, that is, in the time before the Great Calamity. According to her research, the orbs located on Ruta's shoulders are mechanisms that can control the water it generates. However, they require electricity to work. These orbs are clearly out of control now because there is no electricity coursing through them to stop them. Second, who is quite shock resistant for a Zora? Hit one with a shock arrow, sure enough, it'll slow the water for a bit. Unfortunately, as an aquatic race, we Zora are terribly vulnerable to the power of electricity, perhaps because we could not safely strike it with enough electricity at once. The water will soon return to its full force. That's why I went in search of a Hylian who could help us. Link, I am certain that you have already figured this out, but we need you to use shock arrows to get those orbs working properly again. I will aid you in any way I can, of course. Please, hero, I beg of you. What? Princess Zelda herself instructed you to board the divine beast and appease it from within? So then, Princess Zelda is still alive? Yes, in Hyrule Castle. I do not believe it. She was alive this whole time just as you were? The events of 100 years ago cannot be altered, it is true. But if we can regain control of the divine beasts, they may yet to prove useful in sealing Calamity Ganon once and for all. I did not know you had such grand ambitions, Link. Wondrous. Naturally, I shall help too. Once it has stopped rampaging, you can easily climb inside. Come on, Link, let us approach Ruta together. I'm in. Let's do this. Thank you, Link. Truly, we are in your debt. Our goal is the same. That means our meeting was nothing short of destiny. Now then, allow me to offer you this gift as a show of faith. Sweet. So as long as you wear this, you can ascend waterfalls just like Zora. Please take good care of it.
King Dorphin! Surely you're not really intend to give this outsider Zora armor. Countless generations of Zora princesses have gifted that armor to the one they have sworn to marry. Princess Mipha made that one there with her own hands. It is far too important to entrust to a shady Hylian. Who's shady? You're shady. He may be the champion, but Mipha had no relationship with him, so why should he receive such an honor? This is too much, my liege. I do not understand it one bit.
That Muzu is not easily swayed once his mind is set. You must understand, he was in charge of educating my dear daughter, Mipha. Naturally, she means a lot to him, just as she the world to us. Ever since we lost her to the Calamity, he has grown to despise Hylians. I hope you can forgive his rudeness. But what shall we do now? I tasked Mazu with finding the shock arrows we need to appease Varuta, but now he's rushed off in a huff. Link, do not let his words concern you. I shall work this out with Mazu. I shall return shortly. Sidon, I suppose that means you are going to tell him. Link, Muzu is most likely at the square down below. Would you mind going down there? I would like you to try to speak with him. Sure. Oh man, we got our first temple to do. There's so much to do here. Everybody loves Prince Sidon. We got the guy with the diving game, apparently. At least that's what it looks like. Let's talk to these guys. Let's see what's going on. You came all the way here, but it was in vain. I have no desire to speak with you. Listen well, Muzu. There is something you need to know. He who stands here is a man called Link, is the one whom my sister Mipha had feelings for. I was only a child then, so I did not know it myself by the time, but it is so. I grew up hearing my father tell stories, some of which were about my sister's undying love for a Hylian named Link.
Wait, no! You cannot fool me with such a fanciful lie. Not this, Zora. How could Lady Mipha possibly have feelings for a Hylian like him? The facts are clear. He remembers nothing, even when he looks upon Princess Mipha's statue.
It is the truth, Muzu. Though you never knew it, he was ever in Mipha's heart. Oh, am I having my first memory lapse? Where'd they go? They were standing next to me, weren't they?
I was thinking, this reminds me of the time we first met. You were just a reckless child. Always getting yourself hurt at every turn. Every time, I would heal you, just as I'm doing right now. I thought it was funny how, being a Hylian, you looked grown up so much faster than I did. I was always willing to heal your wounds, even back then. So if this Calamity Ganon does in fact return, what can we really do? We just don't seem to know much about what we'll be up against. But know this, that no matter how difficult this battle might get, if anyone ever tries to do you harm, then I will heal you. No matter when or how bad the wound, I hope you know that I will always protect you. Once this whole thing is over, maybe things can go back to how they used to be when we were young. You know, perhaps we could spend some time together.
That was cool. I like how they do the memory sequences. That was really cool. You are quivering like a hatchling. Whatever is the matter? It's most convenient. In any case, without solid proof, I cannot possibly take your word. If you have such proof, now is the time to show it. Yes, Don't I have pictures in... don't I have pictures in the album? The stubborn fool. Lucky for us, we have proof. Link, go ahead and show Muzu the Zora armor my father gave you. Oh, I guess I need to equip that. Duh. Look closely at the clothes Link is wearing. You really think that changing your clothes is going to make me... What in the... Is that the Zora armor from before? Lady Mipha made that by hand, and yet it fits you perfectly. What is the meaning of this? Duh. Now you understand, don't you? Now you know who her heart belonged to, and she made this special armor for it. The fact that this armor fits Link perfectly should be proof enough that Mipha made it for him to stand alone. Or for him alone. To stand alone. You have always disliked Hylians, even before the Great Calamity, but that is why Mipha has never told you. Now that you know, you must promise to help him save us. Muzu, please, tell us where we can find the shock arrows we need. Knowing you, I bet you have already figured it out.
I never imagined she would have made a special armor for this at sea.
Stubborn old man, just give me the shock arrows. I do not approve of asking for help from a Hylian, but I suppose it is our only option at this point. I am a proud Zora. That means I must take responsibility for my unwarranted behavior towards you. As promised, I shall tell you where to collect as many shock arrows as you will need. That tall mountain over yonder, see, that voice does fit him, is called Ploymus Mountain, and there you will also find the Shatterback Point. A terrifying creature has made its home up there. If this awful beast shoots volley after volley of shock arrows, even a single one could be fatal to a Zora. You must mean a Lionel. He is a man-beast, that one. The beast does indeed wield shock arrows. That is certainly one way to collect them quickly. He is vicious to be sure, but I am certain Link will rise to the challenge. In order to appease the divine beast, I estimate you will need at least 20 shock arrows. You think you can gather that many? Why do you still doubt him, Muzu? I have no doubt that he will be triumphant. Okay, Link, let's get moving. The fastest way to Ploymus Mountain is to ascend the waterfall east of the domain. That Zora armor should come in handy. Just swim to the waterfall basin and then go up the waterfall from there. I'll wait in the East Reservoir Lake by the Divine Beast. Gather at least 20 shock arrows and then come join me. I'm on it. Wonderful. Together we shall stop the Divine Beast onslaught.